Hello, everyone. Irit Eizips here for CSM Practice. Today, I have the lovely Tulasi Ryali that this year, 2023, won the Customer Success Manager Year Award for being so extraordinary. And in this episode, we're going to inspire you by sharing her lovely story. So, Tulasi, you're such an amazing person. First of all, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Hey, thank you, Eric, for giving me the opportunity to speak at CSM Practice channel. I'm deeply honored to be part of your channel.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's absolutely my pleasure. You had an amazing journey. You actually didn't even start as a customer success manager before a few years ago. And here you are. You joined Siemens in 2019 as a technical resource that specializes working with partners. And then sometime in 2020, you started becoming a CSM and you won your first award in 2021 and then your second award in 2023. Tell us your secret. How did you do it?
I joined as a CSM in 2019. So I joined as a customer success manager for the SaaS transformation programs. And I worked with partners and I closely worked with them in rolling out the SaaS programs and then later with the customers. So during the transition, I shadowed some of the senior directors and I learned from them quickly and started getting the customers on high engagements and a combination of low as well. So I treated every customer as the same way that I had looked at low or high. I didn't see the difference when I started my journey. So as soon as some of the customers I proactively reached if they didn't renew on time, and I understood like some could be like the financial budget issues. So I tried to create the value understanding what was sold and what the implementation was done on the program and propagating that value, got the approvals for some of the customers to move forward and renew and also expand and scale as well. So with that, I was able to build the case studies and maximum success stories as well during this period. And 80% of my customers gave good review on the public platforms as well. And that helped me to gain the trust of my customers and demand as a CSM from many of the customers that they need me as a CSM. So that's the best part of my career so far. And that made me to achieve the Siemens Golden Eagle Award. And this year I got CSM of the Year. And I'm deeply honored and privileged to work for the company and also the organizations who recognized me and my work.
That's amazing. You must have some good tips for any customer success manager that's listening on how to build trust with customers fairly quickly. If you had 3 tips for them, what would that be?
So the first one, I would say, as you see here, the focus on the ROI. So process streamlining. So lay the foundation in the very beginning phase and build the success playbooks. If you have not, start them building the success playbooks for onboarding journey, customer success plan, and when to get the sales to CSM handshake, when to get that history, during what phase of the opportunity you should get engaged, and who are the key stakeholders. Identify that process in the very beginning of the opportunity or lay down that process as a standard streamlined process for the existing CSM team and focus on the ROI calculations for every key milestones that they achieve. Even though they are small, propagate that value across the organization.
You felt like that creating a good process for you to establish and prove the value and calculate it where you can, as well as fixing some of the processes of how you engage with clients from when you start in being introduced to the account to what are you actually doing in each phase of the customer journey helped you build trust more quickly with these customers?
Yeah, exactly. So I can say the 3 key initiatives. One of them is streamline the process, lay down the foundation, build the success playbooks. And I contributed to build some of the key playbooks like how to build a success story, how to create the value, and how when to get the customer review or ask them to participate in the public forums or speak for us. Those are the kind of the playbooks that needs to be structured, and I got the opportunity to build them for my team as well. And the other one is the focus on the ROI. Return on the investment is very key to build at every phase of the customer journey. And every small wins makes more difference to celebrate. So that is the area I focused on. And second thing is, who are my customers? So When I started, I understood I was given to work with customers on the Americas zone. So typically when we say Americas, people think like it's US based customers. But there are other countries where it comes under Americas, Latin customers. So they are not that equally paced with US customers. And that's where my focus was on. And I try to build the relation with the other regions as well as a CSM. And our company also identified that there's a lot of growth in the Latin countries.
You're a new CSM. It's probably like October 2020 when you got your first accounts assigned. Lots of pressure to build out trust. 2023, 2.5 years, you found yourself in 3 very significant initiatives for the team. So you were able not only to impact your own accounts, but actually improve the strategy and the processes that your entire team was focused on. How did you get mixed up in those? Is this just your character to just go above and beyond your call of duty? Did you make suggestions to actually do these initiatives, or did somebody approach you and said, hey, is anybody wants to, and you just raised your hand? How did it go?
The CSM team evolved since I joined. So I was the first CSM to join the team from external company, and the team slowly grew along with me. I learned from my experiences working with the customers and also working as a first CSM with the customer. I shared my learnings and I improved the playbooks. Every time I see what we execute on the playbook, I contribute to improving the playbook with my experiences. And that's how I build some of the playbooks along with our CS operations team and CS leaders, and able to trigger that, make use of pretty much with our CS team. I typically build a dashboard, kind of key metrics, key parameters when I onboard a customer. That is a prediction model that I use. So based on customer landscape, like the processes and the people they have, and what is the business they have, and what is the strategy that they use. So I built a prediction model at my program kickoff. Later, when we have the team onboarded on the customer success side, we build the playbooks, and I contributed to those playbooks. So this particular foundation that I was using made a huge impact when I started my customers in this role as well.
There's a lot of customer success managers that are a little bit apprehensive about being the first CSM, but this is the opportunity. You get to define things. You get to be involved in the strategy and defining that and create and document the playbooks and come up with new innovative ideas. Whereas when you come to a team that's already been in place for a few years, a lot of these processes and playbooks are already baked out and you just immerse yourself in an existing culture. The ability to impact is so much smaller.
I'm always passionate about solving the customer problems and improving the process that we have. So I proactively contribute to those playbooks and reach out to the teams, share my experiences and feedback so that I can improve the existing process and make it a generalized template for everybody. So these are the challenges that many of the CSMs can face, and how can I help from my experiences?
Yeah, that's so awesome. I mean, that's such a great attitude. And I think that's what distincts you as an excellent customer success manager and a team player, and well deserved on the award of the Customer Success Manager of the Year. I think you got it, not just because you had so many multiple initiatives that impacted not just your clients, but your team, and it impacted the bottom line of your company. So congratulations for that. I know there's a bunch of books about customer success right behind you and a bunch of awards that you won. If anybody wants to get inspired, what is the number one book, whether it's customer success or not, or podcast that you're actually listening to or reading that always helps you think about additional things that you want to do in your life, in your profession? What have you been reading in the last 2 years that really resonated with you?
So I like Nick Mehta's professional customer success books. I think he released a couple of editions in the last 4 years. So if anybody new to this role, I would highly recommend those books. And I learned from those books as much as I can. And recently, I also came across another book, which is from Rod Chegra's Chief Customer Officer Playbook. That is another excellent book I highly recommend. And it tells you how you can grow your career.
Absolutely. I read it cover to cover, highly recommended as well. And we actually did a full video with him going through, about the book, his writing process, really fascinating stuff. Thank you so much, Tulasi. You're so adorable, so nice, so gracious. Thank you so much for your time. I hope anybody that listened to this episode and watched you speak got a little inspired about what it takes to be a winner of the CSM of the Year award. Hopefully that opens up something for everybody here. I wish you a wonderful career. I know you're going to do great things. I'm going to keep an eye on you. Guys, if you want to connect with Tulasi, she actually mentioned a lot of people actually reached out to her on LinkedIn and sought advice. If you want to be in touch with her, I'm going to include a link to her LinkedIn profile below.
Thank you, Irit, for the opportunity. And it was great talking to you. And I really enjoyed the conversation today.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. You're absolutely wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'll catch you on the next episode.